Hey everybody, two things real quick. This second video of the day today on the 10th of April 2026. But listen, there's a lot of buzz going around on the social media now about they just enacted the draft. Let me clarify something. Just because you are automatically registered in the Selective Service does not mean you've been drafted. Now listen, I believe in 1800 and something when they first came out with the draft for the Civil War and all this kind of stuff. Ever since then, when a man turns 18 years old, and I don't know when it started for the women, but I know for me when I turned 18 years old, I had to go down to the post office and register. And that was called the Selective Service then. They may have a different thing now. And that's just so that if our country's attacked and we need more military men, they know where I am, they know my age, and they know they can come get me and put me in the service. Okay? And that's every man's responsibility in this country. And since we have had the feminist movement where women are equal, it's every woman's obligation as well in this country, if we go to war, to be called on in the draft. All they have done in 2026, and they've said this for a long time, is streamline that Selective Service card. So instead of going down and actually physically filling out a card, it's just since you're everything's digital now, you don't even have to worry about filling out the card. Just like I did back then and our fathers did back then, you're automatically registered. Okay? That's all that means. They are not enacting the draft right now. Now, will they enact the draft tomorrow? I don't know. If we go to World War III, will they enact the draft? I imagine they will. But I've been seeing all these people putting these things out. Well, my kids ain't going to no draft. I'll tell you that right now. And all these youngsters saying there's no way I'm going to be drafted into the military and stuff like that. Well, you know what? That's your business to say that. But I'm going to tell you this. You have a right, just like me. You have a obligation, and I'm going to say it like I say it for myself. I have an obligation to my God and to my country. What can I do to serve my God and serve my country? I'm 55 years old, almost 56 years old. We go to World War III and we're fighting it on this soil, y'all going to see old Chris out on the front lines. They may take me out real quick because I don't move as fast as I used to, but I'm going to be there. And for everybody that's saying, oh, my kids ain't going out there and stuff, that's wrong. You shouldn't be saying things like that. Who wants to see your children go to war and possibly not come back? None of us do. None of us want to see that. But you got to remember, y'all want to live in a free country? We got to fight to keep it free. And I'm going to tell you something, y'all. It ain't going to be long. There's going to be fighting on this soil. Whether it's a civil war or it comes to us, either way, it's coming. So y'all need to think about those things right there. But no, there's not a draft right now. That's just what they're doing. That's just streamlined it to where it's all automatic instead of physically filling it out anymore. Okay? Now I'm going to lighten the mood a little bit. I'm going to tell y'all something that's funny as heck. The reason we really need to have Selective Service is because we're going to have to fight this stuff. Because I was just watching a funny video. I get entertainment out of this. How crazy some of these folks are that can't figure out who they are, what to call themselves, whatever. I just listened to a woman. I couldn't even finish eating my lunch and drink my Dr. Pepper because I was laughing so hard. This woman's probably weighing almost 400 pounds. Talking about how, and she was serious, talking about how she took her cat to the veterinarian. Her male cat, her tomcat, took it to the veterinarian. Y'all ain't gonna believe me. Y'all gotta get on there and look this up. You know how you neuter your tomcat? You spay and neuter your animals? Well, you neuter him to where he doesn't go around spraying on all the furniture, making it smell so terrible and all this stuff. Well, she didn't feel that was fair to him. So she gave him, instead of neutering him, a sex change. I kid you not. She claims that he is now a full-fledged female cat with all the working female anatomy. Spent $9,000 doing it. I mean, you gotta look at this. I mean, you know, I grew up listening to Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor and guys like that, you know, in comedy that were so funny. Man, I don't believe they could stand side by side these folks and get as many laughs today. I mean, you gotta look at how funny that is. And on the same video, I'm just trying to lighten the mood, y'all. On the same video, there is another individual on there that used to be of the male species, and now, according to him, he's of the female species, and is the ugliest thing in the world. You know, used to my grandpa told me one time, he said, son, he said, you got to be careful of drinking. He said, don't be going out drinking. I said, well, yes, sir, Grandpa, I won't be going out drinking. I wish I'd listened to that, but that part I didn't listen to, but this part I did. He said, cause son, he said, you might have to wake up one morning and gnaw your arm off, keep from waking the person next to you in the bed up. And y'all, I saw the person he was talking about today. This person was so hideous, ugly, make a train take a dirt road. And the caption was, if you're MAGA, I will not be dating you. All I can say is thank you. Y'all have a good day. I love y'all.